Can you hear me now? Hi, how are you? Good, thanks for getting on. How was that little production, that intro? Yeah, okay, that's what I was going for. Yep, that's what I'll make it. Yeah, I figure it'll make it a little more interesting than just getting on a Zoom call. Okay, so right now I'm talking to you through my AirPod or the Sony thing. I had plugged in this um, the J Create into this Microsoft Hub, and that's when you were telling me there's no audio. I'm trying to figure out why. So I'm going to go back to the old setup a moment just to make sure it's working properly, and then we'll, like you say, work our way back. Okay, hold on. Yeah, for some reason you're not hearing me on the J Create directly either. Let me just try to figure out why. Hold on. Got this plugged in. Okay, hear me now? Okay. I was plugged into the wrong jack. Okay. Um, okay, so this is actually with the new Microsoft hub or dock. You don't hear me clear enough? Yeah, so it's actually on high. I'm actually only using now the wireless mic. It's midpoint on high, and you say you hear me clearly, correct? Okay, so now we're just going to do a switch directly, the J Create directly plugged in without the Microsoft Hub. Okay, you hear me now? Is it better or the same? I'm aiming for the same. So it means I don't want any degradation by using the Microsoft. So now I'm not using the Microsoft. I actually want it to be just as good with the Microsoft Hub and without the Microsoft Hub. Yeah, they're not two microphones. They're two setups. Same microphone. It's this one, just different setups. So while right now I'm plugged, the J-Create is plugged directly into the computer. Before it was plugged into the Microsoft adapter because I needed those extra ports. The reason why I got that added that adapter was I needed to be able to plug in a what's it called for the internet, the 4G, the hotspots. Yeah, because I want to be able to use. I'm using Speedify. Speedify's bonding, so I want to be able to use my Wi-Fi signal that we have built in, that we have in the warehouse, coupled with the MiFi, the what do you call it again? The hotspot plugged in via Ethernet. So this way it gets like a combined stronger signal. So that's why I added it. Okay, so now we're just gonna do one more test, actually two more tests, but one with the parabolic. Okay, both setups with the parabolic. Okay, you hear me now? Okay, so this is with the parabolic, and this is directly into the computer, not with the Microsoft dock. Now I'm switching it. Okay, you hear me now? Okay, about roughly the same thing, no degradation. Perfect. Okay, and I guess this last final test will just be to confirm everything. Okay, so now I have both on, the parabolic and the wireless mic. It is plugged in through the Microsoft adapter. Now I'm going to switch it to directly to the computer. Okay, how about now? You hear me? That's good. Okay, that's what I was aiming for. Okay, great. How's the just overall the video quality? It's a little darker this. No, no, it's my. I'm saying this room compared to my dining room downstairs. This is actually my bedroom. So it's a little darker than what you saw last time. But is it clear enough? Perfect. Okay, that's great. Which brand?
interface itself, I've never actually experienced any issues with audio degradation or any kind of like, excessive noise or anything of the sort. So,
So
um,
I can add in other peripherals if I need to. You're saying in this
yeah,
Microsoft dock.
yeah. So if you've got the additional ports to host such a thing, you should be able to add in additional pieces of hardware. As long as you've got everything routed and functioning properly, you shouldn't experience any kind of like signal dropping or audio degradation or video degradation, anything of the sort.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, that's important for me because I'm going to be adding eventually a drone
okay.
into this, make it a little more cool. So, so yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Let me ask you a question. In terms of a TRS cable,
Mhm.
is there a difference in better quality? You know, when it comes to those type of cables, can you just use any TRS off Amazon, or you really have to go for like a real name brand?
So there's this huge misconception in the music world, and you see this a lot with like guitar cables, but essentially a guitar cable is a TRS cable. Um, so there's all these brands out there that claim that their product is the best product on the market, and the only real difference that I've ever encountered with a TRS cable is that you can find balanced TRS cables and unbalanced TRS cables. And when you're using it for something like, say, a guitar, you don't necessarily need it to be balanced. Which if I remember correctly, the balancing of the TRS cables is like, this audio signal is routed this way, and then the other one is routed this way. And so basically, it just tries to give you a balanced signal to whatever input it's plugged into. And where that comes into play is, say, again, I'll use my audio interface as an example here. But whenever it's something like a guitar, you're not really worried about that being a balanced signal because it's just going from a guitar into a speaker cabinet as to where,
Ah, she's bombing the video.
hello.
Yeah, she can't hear you.
Um,
He's helping me
but
out. So let me ask
so,
you, for my use case,
mhm.
really balanced or unbalanced would make a difference. I mean, it's all going
um,
into it's one preamp. I
so
mean, the preamp is balancing it. No.
Personally speaking, what I would do just in case, because you're only doing like one input per, piece of hardware. I think what I would do just to be on the safe side of things, because it's not going to affect the functionality, but I would just go ahead and go with a balanced cable instead of an unbalanced
Mm-hmm.
cable, because at least then, uh, in the off chance you actually happen to need a balanced cable, you don't have to, go back and return something and buy something new. But I
So
would
I should go for
assume
the balanced or go for the unbalanced.
definitely go for the balanced, just in case.
I'm using the one that came with Beach Tech, so I'm assuming
Okay.
it's probably a good cable.
I would say that's probably a safe assumption. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but like I said, the only difference is that with a balanced cable, it's giving you more options in terms of where that signal is being sent to. So if there's like a left and a right instead of mono, it'll get sent left and right with a balanced TRS
Gotcha,
cable.
gotcha.
But if it's an unbalanced cable, you're only going like one direction, like just mono. So
Mm-hmm.
in the off chance that the
Yeah,
interface
because
isn't
I'm not
properly,
recording um, over here. It's not for recording purposes. It's just for live listening live.
right.
So
Well, what I was thinking is that with the audio interface that's attached to the top of the camera, it may very well, because it does have on the face, a stereo and a mono setting. Um, so I guess just best practice would probably be going ahead and doing the balanced cable, even if you're just using it for one single input, it'll work for just a mono
gotcha.
input just fine. But if you, for whatever reason, decide to change your setup in the future, you then won't have to buy an extra cable because you've already got a balanced TRS cable that's designed to
Got it.
work
Now,
with multiple applications.
what is a TRRS cable for? What use case? I know it has to do with having a mic and an audio input. I mean, I tried reading up online. I was a little confused.
Uh, honestly, that's a little bit confusing for me as well. I don't think I've encountered one of those in a long time, so I can't quite recall off the top of my head. But I would imagine that it's probably not much different than a TRS cable in that it's, same design and build quality, but it essentially has an additional function to it. Now, without actually doing my homework and reading up on it, I couldn't tell you exactly what that function is, but if I had to take a just a random guess at it, I would say that it's really not much different than a just your average TRS cable.
Got it. Okay. This is great. Thanks for getting on the call. It's important that I test this out, make
Yeah,
sure
absolutely.
everything was still fine.
Yeah, sorry I
Um,
have such a, back and forth kind of schedule. I'm
no worries,
working
no worries. Well, at least we got
all
this out of
day
the way.
every day. So, well, cool, man. Yeah, if there's anything else that I can do for you as far as like providing you with any kind of like additional information in our chat, or if you need to hop back on and test all of this again, just get in touch and we'll work
Sure.
out a time and we'll get it taken care of.
Okay. Say goodnight.
Good night.
Okay. Take care.
Yep,
Bye
take
bye.
care, man. Thanks.